There's a level of discipline that makes people uncomfortable just by watching it. A kind of consistency that feels unnatural. The type that makes people whisper, "That's not normal." And today you're going to understand exactly how that level is built. You've seen that person. The one who never disappears. Never drifts. Never stops. They wake up at the same time. Train at the same time. Work at the same time. Show up every time. While others quit in weeks, they continue. While others negotiate, they execute. While others reset, they remain. And people don't admire them. They're disturbed by them. Because that level of discipline doesn't look human. There's an ancient system from Japanese Zen tradition that creates this exact type of consistency. It's called Guji, the practice that sustains itself. A form of discipline that no longer requires motivation. Once it's activated, stopping becomes harder than continuing. But here's the truth. This system isn't comfortable. It isn't soft. It isn't motivational. It requires you to destroy a version of yourself you didn't even know was controlling you. Before we go deeper, subscribe, like the video, and comment the habit you want to build. Not the result. Not the goal. The habit. Let's begin. Chapter 1. The pattern. This story begins with a programmer named Raphael. Smart, capable, successful, and completely inconsistent. He couldn't maintain anything. Gym? 2 weeks. Meditation? 7 days. Reading? 3 pages. Same cycle every time. Monday, motivation Wednesday, excuses Friday, surrender Sunday, promises apps. Trackers. Rewards. Accountability partners. Nothing worked. Because he wasn't fighting laziness. He was fighting neurobiology. The structure of the human mind itself. Until he discovered why Zen monks can practice daily for decades without breaking rhythm. And the answer wasn't willpower. It was something far deeper. And far more unsettling. Chapter 2. The mechanism. In Zen monasteries, there's a principle called Jyoji. It means unbroken practice, continuous execution, no gaps, not most days. Not when possible. Not when motivated. No gaps. For centuries in certain temples, a bell rings before dawn, same time every day. Not 5 minutes early. Not 5 minutes late. Same time. And you know what never happens? No monk debates whether to get up. The thought doesn't exist. Because the decision was never individual. It was identity-based. The human brain classifies commitments in 2 categories. Reversible, irreversible. Reversible commitments equals negotiation. Irreversible commitments equals execution. When a monk takes vows, he isn't promising to try. He is redefining who he is. Not, "I will meditate," but, "I am a practitioner." Identity replaces intention. Choice disappears. A neuroscientist at Harvard found something critical. When behavior becomes public identity, failure activates the same neural circuits as social exclusion. And for the human brain, social exclusion equals survival threat. Your nervous system treats reputation loss as danger. So Raphael changed strategy. He stopped making private goals and made public declarations. He wrote, "I am someone who meditates 20 minutes every day at 5 a.m. for 90 days. He signed it, posted it, shared it, told everyone. People mocked him, teased him, doubted him. Good. Every witness became psychological pressure. Every observer became accountability. Day 3, the test came. 5 a.m. alarm rings. The old voice appeared, "You're tired. This is unnecessary. One day won't matter." But something had changed. Quitting now meant humiliation, embarrassment, social collapse. Admitting failure publicly. Continuing felt easier than stopping. The declaration flipped the pain equation. But the war wasn't over. Chapter 3. The real battle. Even with public pressure, Raphael still fought his biology. Fatigue is physical. Sleep pressure is real. Comfort is chemical. So the monks use a second principle. Fixed execution windows, non-negotiable timing. Because every decision burns mental energy. When should I train? Morning or night? Before work or after? Now or later? This mental debate consumes cognitive fuel before action even starts. Raphael eliminated the question. 5 a.m. Not because he loved mornings. Not because he was inspired. But because, no messages, no emails, no demands, no noise, no excuses, no distractions. Silence is discipline-friendly. Structure removes friction. And slowly something strange happened. The habit stopped feeling like effort. It started feeling like routine identity. Not, "I have to meditate," but, "This is what I do." Not motivation. Not discipline. Not pressure. Automation. Self-perpetuating practice. Guji. The time choice was never about efficiency. It was about removal. Removing every excuse. Removing every delay. Removing every future justification. The first week was brutal. His body resisted every morning. That's normal. Your body runs on patterns, and when you force a new one, it fights back. It's a system designed to conserve energy, not build discipline. But in the second week, something shifted. He started waking up just before the alarm. Not because of motivation, because his body had started adapting. By day 14, the alarm rang and his feet hit the floor before his mind even caught up. No thinking. No debating. Just movement. This is what people misunderstand about fixed routines. It's not about finding the perfect time. It's about removing time as a decision. When your schedule changes daily, your brain has to negotiate daily. When the time is fixed, there's nothing to argue with. Constant shutdown excuses. But then a new problem appeared. The time was locked. The behavior wasn't. Some mornings he meditated. Other days he read. Sometimes he exercised. His mind found a new loophole. If it couldn't negotiate the when, it negotiated the what. The habit became stable. The practice became chaotic. He had removed one variable, but not both. This is where the ancient Zen teaching becomes uncomfortable. Sameness creates stability. Chapter 4. The single path. People think variety keeps habits alive. In reality, variety is where consistency dies. Every choice creates friction. Which workout? Which book? How long? Which order? Each decision is a crack where old habits leak back in. So Raphael removed choice completely. Same actions. Same order. Same duration. Same structure. Every day. 20 push-ups. 10 minutes meditation. 10 minutes reading. Exact sequence. Exact routine. 90 days. No changes. People called him robotic. His girlfriend said he was becoming obsessive. Good. That reaction meant it was working. Week 3, his mind rebelled. You're not a machine. This is unhealthy. You'll burn out. Change it up. Week 4, the resistance weakened. Week 6, the routine began running itself. He would be halfway through his exercises before realizing he had started. This is the truth about discipline. It doesn't last forever. Automation replaces it. Repetition trains the nervous system. The body learns sequences the same way dancers learn choreography. Eventually, action happens without decision. Then life interfered. Day 35, he got sick. Day 40, business travel. This is where most people collapse. This week doesn't count. I'll restart Monday. I'll reset after the trip. That's the old pattern. Because most people believe consistency requires perfect conditions. It doesn't. It requires continuity. Chapter 5. Practice without breaks. The all-or-nothing mindset destroys more habits than laziness ever could. If I can't do it perfectly, I won't do it at all. If I can't do the full routine, I'll wait. That thinking creates gaps. And gaps are where your old identity returns. Elite performers don't avoid rest, they plan it. Rest is recovery. Skipping is retreat. There's a difference. A river doesn't stop flowing during drought. It slows, but it doesn't stop. The moment it stops, it's no longer a river, it's just a place where water used to be. Your practice works the same way. On day 40, Raphael had a 4 a.m. airport. No gym. No quiet space. No perfect conditions. So he adapted. Push-ups in an airport bathroom. Meditation in an Uber. Reading on the plane. Imperfect execution. Perfect continuity. Momentum stayed alive. That's true self-sustaining discipline. When the system runs even when life resists it. And that's when people noticed. You're different. You're obsessed. That's not healthy. That's not normal. Exactly. Normal people get normal results. Consistency that scares people is the consistency that changes lives. That you're not aiming to be normal. You're aiming to be unbreakable. But here's what no one warns you about. The invisible obstacles. The ones you never planned for. The ones you don't even know exist yet. Chapter 6, Predecisions. Life doesn't ask for permission. Your child gets sick. Your car dies on the way to training. Your boss keeps you late. Your schedule collapses. These aren't random problems, they're consistency traps. Not because they happen, but because you never decided how to respond to them. Every surprise forces a decision under pressure. And in stress, the brain always chooses comfort. Always chooses the easiest path. Always chooses delay. The obstacle wins because you're fighting unprepared. Zen monasteries solved this centuries ago. Earthquakes, wars, famines, floods. The practice never stops. Not because monks are stronger, but because they don't decide in chaos. The response already exists. If the meditation hall floods, they go to the dining hall. If the dining hall is closed, they sit in the courtyard. If the courtyard is blocked, they practice wherever they stand. No meetings. No debates. No discussions. No hesitation. The bell rings. The body responds. Automatic. Raphael copied this system. He wrote down every excuse that had ever broken his consistency and pre-solved every one of them. Rain garage workout. Guests at home silent routine in the bathroom. Travel micro-practice in confined spaces. No energy minimum version, not 0. 2 push-ups. 1-minute meditation. 1-page reading. Not perfect, but continuous. Every situation had a rule. When X happens, I do Y. No thinking. No negotiating. No emotional debate. Just execution. This is the real power, not discipline, mental relief. Your brain stops worrying about what if. It knows the answer already exists. Certainty calms the nervous system. Clarity replaces stress. By day 70, the routine ran on autopilot. He sometimes couldn't remember starting, his body just moved. Guests stayed over. He trained in the bathroom. Travel days. He adapted automatically. Because the decisions were already made. On day 90, he finished his personal Ango, 3 months without a single break. But the real change wasn't the habit. It was him. Friends said, "Your consistency is scary." His response? Perfect. Good. Chapter 7, Identity Shift. Because when your discipline makes people uncomfortable, you're finally operating at the right level. Your existence becomes proof that their excuses are lies. Not impossible, just uncomfortable. They'll say you're obsessed. They'll say you need balance. They'll tell you to slow down. Not for you, for them. Because your motion exposes their stagnation. But you're not here to make people comfortable. You've discovered the truth. Consistency isn't about doing something every day. It's about becoming someone who can't live any other way. When you apply this system, public commitment, fixed schedule, fixed structure, pre-decided responses, you don't build habits. You build identity. You stop being someone who tries, and become someone who simply is. And one day people will ask, how do you do it? And the answer will be simple, you don't. You are it. So the real question is this, are you ready for that transformation? Because this isn't about discipline. It's about death and rebirth. The death of your inconsistent self. The birth of your unbreakable self. This system won't make you better. It will make you different. And when people say, that's not normal, you'll know you've arrived. If this changed how you see discipline and consistency, subscribe to the channel, activate the bell, and stay connected. And comment below, what will your public declaration be? What habit will you hardwire using this system? Because consistency that intimidates others is the only kind that truly transforms lives. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.